Is Qaed Al Fursan still worth it? Let's talk about it.
Here's some codes to save you some cash on your next Middle Eastern niche or designer fragrances.
What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. Man, the history of myself in this fragrance is crazy. I smelled this a long time ago before there was any content on this fragrance. In fact, my entry into the YouTube space was all about these fragrances. I mean, I covered every single release that was coming out in the beginning of like these fragrances really making a statement. This was definitely one of those. It's so crazy to me nowadays to sniff something like this and see how far we've come over time. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about, is how far have we come? Is it better? Did it get any better? And is it still worth it? So to understand the scent profile, first off, let me tell you guys what I initially said it smelled like to me. And I initially said that if Emporio Armani were to make a Ventus, it would smell like this. The reason I said that is because it smelled like something a bit more mass appealing, a little bit sweeter, tones down on the harsh birch, etc. I don't necessarily think that that's the case anymore, but what in fact this does smell like is Paco Rabanne's Black Excess. And as you can see, we have two formulations. We have the newer formulation and the prior batch formulation. And this smells kind of more towards the line of the old formulation for sure, the 2005, I believe it is. If you're lucky enough to find this batch, it's not necessarily something worth running and grabbing. It's just definitely better performing than the old one. I still wouldn't say go and buy it for like crazy prices, but I have been able to find it for under $55, and at that price, it's really not that bad. It's worth it. Check the links down in the description for all of those. So today we're gonna be talking about this, and this is something that a lot of people have found a similarity to like Aventus meets Baccarat, and I can definitely sense that, and I'm absolutely able to grab those accords or a similarity between those two fragrances. However, I will say that it definitely gets closer to something like Black Excess, which is very mass appealing, although not like a groundbreaker, because this in itself isn't really that groundbreaking of a designer fragrance. In fact, it smells like one of the lower end style designer fragrances, genuinely. But when you couple that with a more appropriate price, you get something like Qaed Al Fursan. And this actually performs better than the new Black Excess, genuinely. They watered this down because of IFRA regulations, the people who were in charge of keeping us safe with the oils and stuff. And because of that, it literally performs for like 2 hours. Now with Qaed Al Fursan, if you don't know how to spray it, it might give you 2 hours as well, but you have to spray this on at least 6 times. You have to, up to like 18 times. There's no problem with that, and actually is very inoffensive. I would say spray it on 12 times and you're set. This performs very similarly to how Nautica Voyage performs. It's still there if you know how to spray it, basically. And in fact, I'd argue that this actually lasts longer because in the base it has dry woods, etc. And that's pretty much what you're gonna get with this. It's like this pineapple and wood style DNA. It's not really anything intricate to be talking about notes, but it does go towards the fresh pineapple and wet woods style DNA that honestly is pretty damn unisex. I've had ladies sniff this off me while working at the hospital because it's very inoffensive. I was able to spray it easily and fall in love and buy it for themselves. And the crazy part is for under 25 bucks check the links down in the description for authentic. Unfortunately, I have to say authentic because a lot of these fragrances are actually starting to get faked. This one also potentially being one. You get a magnetic cap, you get a pretty high-end smelling fragrance, and the atomizer looks like so. Not really anything to run home to, but that juicy Dole pineapple quality in the opening is pretty addicting. Actually smelling better at the top than both of my Black Excess, so it does seem a little bit off from the Black Excess DNA. Regardless of the fact, smells amazing. For under $25, it is absolutely worth it. Has it got stronger? Yes, mine in fact has gotten stronger. I went from spraying it like 12 to 14 times to legitimately only feeling the need to spray it 8 to 10 times. It's still a high amount of sprays, but for a fragrance that's inoffensive that you could literally wear everywhere, school, gym, office, and to any occasion, dates, not dates, wherever you want to smell fresh, I mean, that's really not bad. The price, performance, etc., they all meet this perfect balance, making this one absolutely worth the price tag. Shy of designer quality, but not something that smells bad. One of the best entry-level fragrances to get into Middle Eastern fragrances. It's inoffensive, there's nothing spicy, there's nothing oriental about this fragrance, and that's it pretty much. So that stigma of Middle Eastern, it's non-existent in this. Although that stigma is generally not the case for like 75% of the fragrances, it's still worth mentioning because a lot of people who are just now getting into the space may still understand Middle Eastern as exactly that, spiced and basically just full of oud chips. And yeah, that's not. I gotta pick up these ouds. Those are not cheap, man. Those are not cheap. 6 hours of performance with about 6 to 10 sprays at around $20, sometimes even less. Yes, it's still worth it. It has got stronger. It suits multiple of occasions. An inoffensive, easy, gifting style, no-brainer fragrance you could wear every single day. That's pretty much all I think about Lattafa's Qaed Al Fursan and whether or not it's still worth it. Let me know down in the comment section if you think it's still worth it, and if you want to know about the other alternatives and how close they actually get to Black Excess and which one's stronger, and or my favorite, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the Black Excess clone war. And we'll find out exactly which one is the closest to Black Excess. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Till the next one, peace.